And it all kicks off with this number right here, 496. Now, at first glance, it's just a number on a screen, right? But in the world of cricket, this number, well, it stands for something truly historic. It's the key that unlocks just how wild this game really got.
So what is it? That's the grand total, the combined number of runs scored by both India and New Zealand in one T20 match in Thiruvananthapuram. We're talking about nearly 500 runs in just 40 overs of cricket. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. That is an absolutely insane amount of scoring.
Which, of course, brings us to the big question for this whole explainer. With numbers flying around like that, could this actually be the most explosive cricket match in history? Well, we're going to break down all the records and find out.
Okay, so let's start with the big picture here. The sheer statistical explosion that this one match represents. Now, for anybody needing a quick refresher, we are talking about T20 international cricket. It's the shortest, it's the fastest, it's the most action-packed version of the game. The whole format is literally designed for big hits and huge scores. But even by those crazy T20 standards, this match was, well, it was on a completely different level. And here's some perspective for you. 496 runs is the second highest match total in the entire history of T20 international cricket. It got incredibly close to the all-time record of 517. We were watching something that was right on the edge of being the biggest ever. So how on earth did they get to such a massive total? Well, this wasn't just a steady trickle of runs. It was an absolute downpour, a proper rain of runs, and especially sixes. Check this out. India put up 271 runs. This wasn't just them winning the match. It was the highest score ever posted against New Zealand in a T20I, absolutely smashing the old record that Australia held. And this wasn't some kind of fluke. This match was actually the fourth time India has blown past the 250-run mark in T20Is. That is more than any other team in the history of the format. It really shows you a pattern of just raw, explosive batting power. Okay, get ready for another huge number, 36. This one might just be my favorite from the entire match. Any guesses what this could possibly be?
It's the total number of sixes. The ball was just flying out of the park all night long. India hammered an incredible 23 sixes, and New Zealand chipped in with another 13. That grand total of 36s is, you guessed it, the second highest number of sixes ever hit in a single T20 international game.
Wild.
Team records are one thing, right? But they're always built on the back of some incredible individual performances. So let's meet the architects, the masterminds behind this festival of runs.
Let's start with this number, 42. In a game that was completely defined by speed, this number really represents the absolute peak of fast scoring. Yep, that's how many balls it took for India's Ishan Kishan to score his century. 100 runs in just 42 deliveries. It was a blistering, unstoppable innings, and it set a brand new record for the fastest ever century scored against New Zealand in this format.
But Kishan wasn't alone in the middle. His partner, Suryakumar Yadav, was busy setting a completely different kind of record. He reached 3,000 career T20I runs in just 1,822 balls. Now that's over 100 balls quicker than the previous record holder. That makes him the fastest player to ever hit that milestone.
So when you get two players batting like that, something pretty special is bound to happen. And that brings us to our next number, 137. Together, these two record breakers put on a staggering 137-run partnership. And this wasn't just a good stand, it was India's highest ever for the third wicket in men's T20 internationals. That's just pure dominance, right there. But, every story has two sides. For every batting hero, there is a bowler out there having a very, very bad day at the office. And this match, it was a certified nightmare for the bowlers. Take these figures from India's Arshdeep Singh, 5 wickets for 51 runs. Now, on paper, taking 5 wickets is a fantastic achievement, isn't it? It's one of the best things a bowler can possibly do. Well, here's the crazy twist. While he did take those 5 wickets, the 51 runs he gave away made it the single most expensive 5-wicket haul in the entire history of T20I cricket. So, you've got an incredible achievement and an unwanted record, all in the same performance. Talk about bittersweet. And he was not the only bowler feeling the heat, not by a long shot. In fact, that brings us to our next key number, 5. An incredible 5 different bowlers in this one game conceded more than 50 runs each. This actually ties the world record for the most bowlers to get hit that hard in one match. It just goes to show you that the batting onslaught was relentless and it was widespread. No one was safe.
So let's bring it all together. When you look at the sheer volume of records, both the good and the bad, it is crystal clear that this match was always destined for the history books.
Just think about the madness we've just walked through. You had the second highest run total ever, and that was fueled by the second most sixes ever hit in a single game. You had one player become the fastest to 3,000 runs, while a bowler set a record for the most expensive 5-wicket haul in history. It's a list of bests and worsts that's almost hard to believe happened in just one night.
So was it the most explosive match in history? It's definitely in the conversation. And it leaves us with one final thought. We always say that records are made to be broken, but when you see so many of them shattered in one single night, both good and bad, you really have to wonder, will we ever see a game quite like this again?